In the heart of a war-torn land, where the echoes of battle resounded through the valleys and the cries of the wounded pierced the night, there lived a gifted healer and singer named Adana. She was known throughout the region for her remarkable abilities to soothe pain with her gentle touch and to mend broken bodies with her healing herbs. One fateful day, as the sun dipped low on the horizon, bringing with it the promise of another night filled with uncertainty and fear, a wounded warrior from an opposing tribe was brought before Adana. His name was Ikenna, and he had been gravely injured in a skirmish with Adana's people. As Adana tended to his wounds with her gentle hands and soothing powers, she couldn't help but be struck by the strength and resilience that radiated from him, even in his weakened state. In the heart of a war-torn land, where the echoes of battle resounded through the valleys and the cries of the wounded pierced the night, there lived a gifted healer and singer named Adana. She was known throughout the region for her remarkable abilities to soothe pain with her gentle touch and to mend broken bodies with her healing herbs. Adana resided in a small village nestled amidst towering mountains and lush forests. Despite the chaos that engulfed the surrounding lands, her village remained a sanctuary of peace and tranquility, thanks to her tireless efforts to heal the wounded and tend to the suffering. One fateful day, as the sun dipped low on the horizon, bringing with it the promise of another night filled with uncertainty and fear, a wounded warrior from an opposing tribe was brought before Adana. His name was Ikenna, and he had been gravely injured in a skirmish with Adana's people. As Adana tended to his wounds with her gentle hands and soothing powers, she couldn't help but be struck by the strength and resilience that radiated from him, even in his weakened state. Despite the enmity that existed between their tribes, she felt a strange kinship with him, a connection that she couldn't quite explain. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Adana continued to care for Ikenna, watching as he slowly regained his strength under her tender ministrations. With each passing day, their bond grew stronger, transcending the boundaries of tribe and blood. But even as Adana found solace in Ikenna's presence, she couldn't shake the weight of her responsibilities as the healer of her village. As the war raged on, the wounded continued to pour in, their cries for help echoing through the night like a haunting melody. Despite her exhaustion and the ever-present threat of danger, Adana refused to turn away those in need, devoting herself entirely to the task of healing the sick and wounded. But with each life she saved, she felt the burden on her shoulders grow heavier until it threatened to crush her beneath its weight. One night, as Adana sat bedside Ikenna's, tending to his wounds by the soft glow of candlelight, he reached out and took her hand in his own. In that moment, as their eyes met across the flickering flames, Adana felt a surge of emotion unlike anything she had ever experienced before. "I have never known a love like this," Ikenna whispered, his voice barely more than a breath against her skin. "You are my light in the darkness, my hope in a world consumed by war." And in that moment, as the weight of their shared burden lifted from her shoulders, Adana knew that she had found her true purpose in life. With Ikenna by her side, she vowed to use her gifts not just to heal the wounded, but to inspire hope and reconciliation in a world torn apart by hatred and fear. Together, they embarked on a journey to spread their message of peace and understanding, traveling from village to village and singing songs of hope and healing wherever they went. And though their path was fraught with danger and uncertainty, they faced each challenge with unwavering courage and determination, knowing that as long as they had each other, they could overcome anything that stood in their way. As the war drew to a close and the land began to heal from the wounds of conflict, Adana and Ikenna found themselves standing on the brink of a new era of peace and reconciliation. Through their tireless efforts and unwavering commitment to their cause, they had succeeded in bringing together people from all walks of life, uniting them in a common purpose of rebuilding and renewal. But even as they celebrated their hard-won victory, Adana and Ikenna knew that their work was far from over. For though the physical scars of war could be healed with time and care, the wounds of the heart run much deeper and would require a lifetime of love and understanding to mend. And so, hand in hand, they continued their journey, singing their songs of hope and healing to all who would listen, and inspiring others to follow in their footsteps and strive for a better tomorrow. For in the end, they knew that it was not the battles they had won or the enemies they had defeated that would define their legacy, but the love they had shared and the lives they had touched along the way. And as they stood together, gazing out over the peaceful land that stretched out before them, Adana knew in her heart that no matter what challenges lay ahead, as long as she had Ikenna by her side, she would always have the strength and courage to face them head-on. The healer's song would live on forever, a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the indomitable human spirit. Head on.